Good day to all of you students. Today we will see many more numericals on motion under gravity. So continuing with the last video children about motion under gravity, let us take up few more sums. See children, there is a balloon which is moving up with a constant speed of 20 meter per second. That means it is not moving under gravity. Maybe there is some engine in the balloon which is giving it a constant speed of 20 meter per second. At time t equal to 0, it is at a height of 50 meter from the ground. The ground is point A. The position of balloon at time t equal to 0 is B. This is 50 meter. And the balloon is moving up with a speed of 20 meter per second. At that time, when it reaches the height of 50 meter, a stone is dropped at t equal to 0 from the balloon. Dropped means it is just left. We are not throwing it anything. It is just dropped from the balloon. We are asked what is the initial velocity of stone. Now children, please remember, whenever two moving objects will detach from each other, when two objects moving with each other, moving with same velocity, when they get detached, just like the stone and the balloon, they were moving together, going up with a constant velocity of 20 meter per second. When they get separated, at that instant, the velocity is shared, means velocity remains the same. At that instant only, at the time of separation, only at the time of separation, the velocity will be shared, it will remain same. After that, whatever forces are acting on the body, accordingly, each body will have its own acceleration and own velocity. But at the time of getting separated, they both have same velocity. But they don't have same acceleration. As soon as this stone gets detached from the balloon, see, balloon is moving with zero acceleration because it is having constant velocity. So acceleration of balloon is zero. And as soon as stone is dropped from it, then gravity will act on it. So acceleration of stone becomes g 9.8 meter per second square in downward direction. But acceleration of balloon remains zero because it is moving with constant velocity. So please remember, when they get separated, their accelerations are not shared. Before separating, both were moving with zero acceleration, the stone and the balloon, because they were going up with constant velocity. Both had zero acceleration. But as soon as they get separated, acceleration is not shared, means the stone will not have same acceleration 0 as that of the balloon at the time of separation. Its acceleration will immediately become g because now gravity is acting on it. But the velocity will remain the same only at that instant. So when two bodies are moving together at the time of separation, velocity means speed and direction both, they are shared, but acceleration is not shared. So velocity of stone, as soon as you drop it, will still remain 20 meter per second in upward direction because that is the velocity of balloon at the time of separation. So initial velocity of stone will still be 20 meter per second. So if somebody from ground is watching this balloon and if somebody is sitting inside the balloon, he drops the stone, so at that time this person on ground will feel that the stone is going up with the balloon for that instant only at the time of separation. Please understand what I am saying. Velocities are shared. So this person standing on ground, he will feel still at the time of separation, the balloon and stone are still going up with a velocity of 20 meter per second. Because at the time of separation, velocity is shared, but acceleration is not shared. Please remember, these are points, these are the principles, these are the fundamentals you have to develop. So first question is, what is the initial velocity of stone? Initial velocity of stone VO is plus 20 meter per second if I consider upward direction is positive and downward direction is negative. So stone and balloon both are moving upward. So initial velocity of stone is 20 meter per second in upward direction. And what is the direction of motion of stone? At t equal to 0, it is in upward direction, not downward, please remember. because velocity is shared. So from a person looking from ground, it will feel that somebody has thrown the stone upward with a speed of 20 meters per second. He has to think like that. That somebody from a height of 50 meters has thrown the stone in upward direction with a speed of 20 meters per second. That will be what the person will see from the ground. Please try to understand. So the first question is velocity is 20 meters per second. The next question was what is the direction of velocity? It is upward. Upward velocity at t equal to 0. So at t equal to 0, the direction of movement and direction of velocity of the stone will be in upward direction. Value will be 20 meters per second. Then what is the acceleration of stone just after it is released? As soon as it is released, what is the acceleration? Acceleration will be of gravity. So acceleration of stone will be g, that will be 9.8 meters per second square. This will be at t equal to 0. This will be at t equal to 0. Okay? Initially, what is direction of motion? What is the value of velocity? What is the direction of acceleration? What is the value of acceleration? All this we saw. Then we have to take g as 10. Okay, so I make it 10. It is given that we have to take g as 10. So g equal to 10. Okay, then in what time does the stone become stationary? In what time it will become stationary? So think like this. This was the height. This is point A. This was the balloon at a height of 50 meters, and somebody has thrown it upward with a speed of 20 meters per second plus because it is upward. And supposing it reaches point C, a distance d, and it becomes stationary, it stops. Naturally, when you throw a body, just like the previous day example, if you throw a body like this, it will go rise and stop after some time. At that time, its velocity will become 0. So at what height it becomes stationary? So we have to find out d plus 50 from ground if you want. So let us go from B to C, children, like yesterday. From B to C I go. V square minus VO square is 2AD. V square is 0 square minus 20 square. Acceleration will be downwards, minus g, so minus 10, and displacement. So minus 400 equal to minus 20d. So d becomes 20 meters. So displacement is 20 meters, and plus means it is in upward direction. So it will rise to height of 20 meters. That is the point. So height from ground. Height from ground, that will be 20 plus 50, and that will be 70 meters. This will be the height from ground. In what time it will reach? So V equal to VO plus AT. So final speed will be 0 starting from here. This will be 20 minus 10t. So t equal to 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, after 2 seconds it will become stationary after climbing a distance of 20 meters. Then what is the height of stone from the ground? Okay, that we told. At what instant the stone touches the ground? When will it touch the ground? So at t equal to 2 seconds it has reached over here. At 2 seconds from B to C it has reached. And how much time it will take to come from here to here? C to A. So we talk of C to A. So D equal to VOT plus half AT square. Displacement will be how much? This is 20 plus 50, 70 in downward direction. So that is minus 70. Initial velocity, I am talking from C to A. Initial velocity is 0 plus half, acceleration minus 10, and t square. So t square becomes 17 to 2 upon 10, minus minus gone. So this becomes 14 seconds. So therefore, the time taken will become equal to root 14, and root 14 you want approximate values still done. 14 root, that is 3.74 seconds. So time from C to A is 3.74 seconds. This is the time we get. So time from C to A will be 3.74 seconds. Like this we think. So in how much time it will fall on the ground? From here to here 2 seconds. The second that is time from B to C. Okay, time from B to C is 2 seconds. Like the second, right? So B2 is 2 seconds and from here to here it is 3.74 seconds. So time of flight, that will be 2 plus this much. So total time of flight will be 5.74 seconds, like this we get. For this much time it will remain in air. Then anything else? What is the height of the stone from the ground when it has become stationary? What is the height from the ground? We found out 70 meter. Okay. What is the speed of the stone when it touches the ground? What is the speed when it comes over here? So again I go from C to A. V square minus VO square equal to 2AD. V square is the speed required. 0 square. Here speed is 0. Minus 10 and D is how much displacement? Minus 70. So V square becomes 1400. So V will be plus minus root of 1400. That is 37.1400 root 37.42 something. So V will be minus 37.42 meter per second because it is in downward direction. Therefore, we should put minus sign. The velocity on striking the ground is in downward direction. So we should take minus because minus is for downward. We have written over here. Velocity is coming like this, so it is negative. Then anything else? What is the height of balloon when the stone touches the ground? What is the height of balloon when the stone touches the ground? See, stone goes like this and it comes back and the balloon is going up with the speed of 20 meter per second. In how much time the stone has come down? 5.74 seconds. So in the time when stone comes down, in that much time, how much height the balloon must have covered? Balloon is having constant velocity. So for balloon, because velocity is constant, so V equal to D upon T, velocity is 20, time taken how much? 5.74, 5.74, and that is equal to D. So D is equal to 20 into 5.74, that is 114.8. So balloon has traveled a distance of 114.8 from here. Total D from ground will become 50 plus 114.8, that will be 164.8 meter. This will be from the ground distance, like this you think. Okay, so that was so many topics we took up. Please pause and copy, children. Now children, there is a different type of question. Please see. There is a balloon and it starts from ground with initial velocity 0 and it rises upward with an acceleration of 4.9 meter per second square. Its velocity is not constant like the previous case. Now it is performing accelerated motion and that acceleration is 4.9 meter per second square in upward direction. And after 2 seconds, the balloon reaches the point B from A. After 2 seconds, it reaches over here. At that time, a stone is dropped from the balloon, and let us call it t equal to 2 seconds because this is 2 seconds. At t equal to 2 seconds. So, what is the maximum height of the ball or stone, whatever is dropped? Let us call it ball. A ball is dropped from the balloon at t equal to 2 seconds. So, what is the maximum height of the ball that we want to know? So, see children, first if we think that I told you when two things will detach, their velocities will be same. So we need to know that at t equal to 2 seconds, with what velocity the balloon was moving upward. We need to see that first. Okay, so for the balloon, please listen, see, V equal to VO plus AT, again we are taking upward as positive and downward as negative, please remember. Okay, So V equal to VO plus AT. What will be the velocity after 2 seconds? Initial was 0. Acceleration is 4.9. The balloon is moving up and time is 2 seconds. So velocity was 9.8 meter per second square in the upward direction. That was the velocity of balloon at 2 seconds, and therefore that will be the velocity of stone in upward direction after 2 seconds. What was the height of the balloon? So D equal to VOT plus half AT square. So D will be 0, initial velocity was 0, plus half into 4.9 into T square. So this will be 2 into 4.9, 9.8 meter. So balloon is at a height of 9.8 meter at T equal to 2 seconds. So we think like this. This is the ground A. This is the height of 9.8 meter. This is the point B, and somebody has thrown up the stone with initial velocity how much? See, 9.8 meter per second. We think like this. And slowly it will go up to here, and then here velocity will become 0. So we want to see how much height it will climb. So again, V square minus VO square equal to 2AD. So 0 minus 9.8 square is equal to 2 into what is now the acceleration of stone? The stone will go under the effect of gravity, and gravity will be downward 9.8. So we write here minus 9.8 into displacement. So minus 9.8 square will be minus 2 into 9.8 into D. So minus minus cancel. 9.8 upon 2, 4.9 meter. That means the stone or the ball will go to a height of 4.9 meter. So maximum height will be, see, balloon was at what height? 9.8 meter. And now this is how much? 4.9. You add, you will get the answer. This will be the maximum height of the stone or the ball from the ground. Please pause and copy, children. Now children, supposing from the ground, if you are throwing the body upward with the speed of VO, then what can be the maximum height achieved by the stone, and what will be the time taken to reach the maximum height? That we want to know. So VO is the speed with which we are throwing the stone upwards from the surface of the earth. What is the maximum height achieved by it? That we want to know. And in how much time it will ascend, it will reach the summit, it will reach the highest point, that we want to know. So two shortcuts actually we want to derive, and they will be very helpful to you also. Supposing this is the point A on the ground and this is the highest point where the body will reach. From here we have thrown with the speed of VO. H is the maximum height it has covered. Upon reaching here, its velocity will become 0, we know that. We will always take upward as positive and downward as negative, though you can change, there is no compulsion. You can change, there is no compulsion. Gravity is always downwards, we know that. So it has to be negative gravity. So for this, one equation is V square minus VO square equal to 2AD. So final velocity is 0 minus VO square plus, because it is thrown up with the speed, plus upward is plus, is equal to 2. Acceleration is minus G, and D is the displacement H. So minus VO square is equal to minus 2GH. So H will become VO square upon 2G. This is the formula for maximum height, children. Please remember. If VO is given to you, directly the maximum height achieved. If VO is given, we can find directly the maximum height achieved. That is how much? VO square upon 2G. For the time taken to reach the summit, the highest point from A to B, the formula is V equal to VO plus AT. So this is 0 is equal to plus VO plus minus G into T. Tm, let me call it. Tm means time taken to achieve maximum height. So Tm will become equal to VO upon G. This will be the maximum time taken to achieve the maximum height, VO upon G. These shortcuts you please remember. And remember one thing, children, if friction is neglected, if air resistance is neglected, then time of ascent is always equal to time of descent. Now please remember these fundamental points. Time of ascent will be time of descent. So stone will go upwards, it will take this much time to ascend, and the same time it will take to come down. So time of flight will be 2 Tm and that will be 2 Vo upon G. This is the time of flight. Total time in which it was in air. Time of flight 2 Vo upon G. Time of flight means till what time it was in air. That is the meaning of time of flight. Okay, children, remember one more thing when you are throwing a stone like this. Supposing you are throwing a stone from A to B. This is the maximum height. Children, please remember, whatever velocity is here while going upwards, whatever is the velocity here, supposing V is the velocity here, when it comes back at the same height, speed of stone will be same. Only thing is direction will be reversed. So if I am throwing a stone upward with a speed of 50 meter per second, as it goes upwards, its speed keeps on decreasing. Supposing here the speed is 30, at the same horizontal height, speed will be same. That speed, same horizontal height, while going and coming back, the speed will be same. So here also the speed will be 30 meter per second. So here velocity will be plus 30, here velocity will be minus 30, but speed will be same. So remember, when we are throwing the stone while going upward and downward, at the same horizontal height, the speed remains the same. Also, please note about this motion that supposing I am throwing a stone from here with a speed of Vo. This is the time t equal to 0. And supposing it in n seconds it comes back. In n seconds, it can be 10, 20, whatever. So this will be the time t equal to n because it has taken total n seconds to come back. Now this is 1 second, so this will be t equal to 1 second. While going, this much distance will be covered in the first second. So same amount of distance will be covered in the last 1 second. This will be t equal to n minus 1. So whatever distance is covered in the first second while going up, same amount of distance will be covered while coming down in the last second. So here first second, there last second. Whatever distance is covered in the second, this is the first second, this is the second. So whatever distance is covered in the next 1 second, second, that will be the distance covered in the last second. This is last second, this is second last. This is first second, this is second. So distance of first and distance of last will be equal. Distance of second and distance of second last will be equal. Distance of third and distance of third last, they will be equal. Like this, you remember. So distance of first and distance of last will be equal. Distance of second and distance of second last will be equal. Distance of third and distance of third last will be equal. Like these small things you remember. They will be very helpful to you. So one thing, as I told you, at the same height, while going and coming back, speed will be same. Velocity will be in opposite direction. And whatever distance is traveled in the first second, that will be traveled in the last second. Whatever in the second, that will be in the second last second. Whatever is the third second, that will be in the third last second. Like these things you remember, children. Please pause and copy. I will teach you more things. A very interesting question. A stone is thrown upwards from the ground with a speed of 50 meter per second. Here we take g as 10 meter per second square. He is asking us what is the distance travelled by the stone in 7 seconds. Remember, he is asking us distance, not displacement. There is difference between distance and displacement. Distance is the actual path length, whereas displacement is the shortest distance between final position and initial position. So children, what is the distance in 7 seconds? If you use this formula, t equal to VOT plus half AT square. So VO means 50, upward means plus, we think like this. Time is 7 seconds plus half, acceleration downward minus 10, and this is 7 square. So this is 350 minus 5 into 49. So this becomes 49 into 5, that is 245. So 350 minus 245. So this is plus minus and plus 350. 105. So this is 105 and this is the wrong answer because this is displacement, not the distance. Why, children? Because you have to first understand in the time interval given to us, it is possible that the stone has reached the maximum height and then it is coming back. So that will not be the actual path then, because then it will be the displacement. This is the displacement. I told you when I was teaching you, when can be distance and displacement equal? When we talked in the second video about distance and displacement, I told you when can distance and displacement be equal? If a body moves in one dimension and it does not change the direction, it does not turn back. If it turns back, then distance and displacement will not be same. I told you at that time. So we have to check whether the body is going up and then coming back, or it is still going upwards in the time of 7 seconds. So first let us find out in how much time it will reach the maximum height. You know the formula for Tm, the shortcut, that is VO upon G. VO is 50 and G is 10, so that is 5 seconds. That means in 5 seconds the stone will reach the maximum height. And it is given 7 seconds. That means in next 2 seconds it will start falling. That means it has turned. So therefore displacement will not be equal to distance. That means first you have to see how much distance from going from A to B. Supposing B is the topmost point where velocity becomes 0. In 5 seconds it will reach over there. And in next 2 seconds how much distance it has fallen, that we have to see. Supposing it starts falling in next 2 seconds and it reaches point D over here. This is it falls for 2 seconds. How much distance is covered? BD. So total distance will be A to B plus B to D. A to B will be the maximum height. So AB will be H max and that will be VO square upon 2G by shortcut. VO square is how much? 50 square upon 2 into 10. 2500 upon 20 and that is 125 meter. So 125 meter is this much distance. Now it again starts falling from B to D. So if I see from B to D, distance covered will be VOT plus half AT square, 0, because when it starts falling from here the velocity is 0, plus half, I am calculating distance, so I take everything positive. So this will be 10 and 2 square. So distance will be 20 meter. So it will come down by how much distance? 20 meter. So total distance, this was 125 meter plus 20 meter and that becomes how much? 145 meter. So distance is 145 meter. Now see children what happened. The stone went from here, it traveled a distance of 145 meter. Okay, the maximum height, this much. And then it came down by how much? 20 meter. So how much is this much distance left out? 145 minus 20, how much? 125 meter. This is final position and this is initial position. How much? 125 meter. How much it is coming out? 120. This is mistaken or what? 350 and 5 into 49. 105. Okay. So this was 125. 125, sorry. 125. This was 125 meter maximum height. And 20 meter again came down. So how much it will be? 105. See, this was the displacement. Because this was the final position. After coming down, this was initial position. What is the difference? 105. Therefore, this was displacement, not distance. So in these type of some children, you will have to first make out whether his body has returned or not. But if it is moving in one direction only, then displacement and distance can be used for the same formula. Please copy children. Please copy. One more interesting some children. There is a tower of certain height A to B and a stone is dropped from here with initial speed 0. It is told to us that if h is the height of tower, as the stone falls, it covers the half the height of tower. See, this is midpoint of the tower. This much distance is covered by the stone in last 1 second. Half the height, last half height is covered in 1 second. So he says, what is the height of tower? H is what? Let us here to decide. So he says that whatever was the height of tower, its half height was covered in last 1 second of the fall. Then what is the total height that we have to tell? Supposing this distance is h by 2 naturally, this will be h by 2. Supposing it falls in n seconds, total time taken to fall is n seconds. So this will be the time t equal to 0, this will be the time t equal to n, and this will be n minus 1, because from here to here it is 1 second. So if total time is n seconds of the fall, this is 1 second, so this time will be how much? N minus 1. So to reach from here to here, from t equal to 0 to t equal to n minus 1, the ball has taken how much time from here to here? N minus 1. So this delta t is n minus 1. And from here to here, the delta t is 1 second. That is what you have to understand. So we go from B to A, from top to bottom. Total time taken how much? N seconds, from 0 to n. B equal to VOT plus half AT square. Displacement is h total. We take downward as positive. So displacement downward plus h is equal to initial velocity 0. From B to A we are calculating. So starting point is B, over there velocity is 0. Plus half g, and how much time is taken? N square. So h is equal to gn square upon 2, that is point number 1. Then I go from B to M. Okay, so again B equal to VOT plus half AT square. How much is displacement? H by 2 from here to here. That will be equal to VO initial speed, how much? 0. From B to M. At B, what is the velocity? 0. 0 plus half g, what is the time taken to fall from here to here? N minus 1. So N minus 1 whole square. So H upon 2, or you can take 2 over here, so H becomes G into N minus 1 square, that is point number 2. Equalizing both equation 1 and 2, what do I get? Gn square upon 2 is equal to G into N minus 1 whole square. G and G cancel. N square upon 2 becomes N minus 1 whole square. So N square is equal to 2 into N minus 1 whole square. Take square root, N will become plus minus root 2 into N minus 1. So N will be equal to, or what I do is to simplify, you do N square is equal to 2 into N square minus 2N plus 1. So N square becomes 2N square minus 4N plus 2. So N square minus 4N plus 2 is 0. The pen is gone. So N square minus 4N plus 4 will be 2, adding 2 on both sides. So N minus 2 whole square is 2. N minus 2 will be plus minus root 2. N will be 2 plus minus root 2. Root 2 you take as approximately 1.4, approximately. So N will be 2 plus 1.4, or N will be 2 minus 1.4. So N will be 3.4, or N will be 0.6. Now N cannot be 0.6, children, because already 1 second is taken over here. That means total time is definitely more than 1 second. N cannot be this, therefore N will be only how much? 3.4, because N is more than 1. That means accurate answer is 2 plus root 2. Root 2 we have taken 1.4 only to take judgment whether which is possible. Now once you know, only plus option will come. So the right answer is 2 plus root 2, not as 3.4. So this is the total time of fall. And if you want to find h, the height of the tower, put n over here, you will get the height. And if you put height as g upon 2 into n square, that will be g upon 2 into 2 plus root 2 whole square, that will come out to be 57 meters, something like this approximately. So height of the tower is approximately 57 meters, something like that you will get the value. So this was like this, children. In video I took up 3 to 4 sums to explain to you various situations of motion under gravity. In next video we will take up more sums. Thank you and God bless you, children.